Let's get into it, shall we? Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Kiorkof, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, it is the first Sunday of the 2021 fantasy football season. I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys are ready to go. I'm running on 1 hour of sleep. Yes, that is correct, and I'm fired up beyond all belief to start talking about some fantasy football, helping you guys win not only in week 1, but for the entirety of this season. Let's do this, shall we? I'm ready to go, guys. I mean, there's a lot of things that we got to talk about. There's a lot of things that to the left of me are going to be important to you going into, of course, this week. Let's go ahead and let's mute this music just so it doesn't drown my sound out. Regardless, first and foremost, thank you for arriving here on quite an interesting Sunday. Yes, we've waited a very long time to finally get here, but I'm excited, guys. I mean, geez, there's a lot of information in terms of injuries that we're going to cover. Just so that we're all on the same page. There's about 280 of you in here. If you could all smash that like button, that would be greatly appreciated. You guys know how much that helps grow the channel and continue what I'm doing on a daily basis to bring you guys fantasy football content. Outside of that, let's begin by talking about everything that you are looking at on the left side of the screen. I'm going to mention this and reiterate it multiple times throughout today's live stream, but so be it. I'm just going to go ahead because there are going to be new people rotating in every, 30 to 10 minutes. I'll go ahead and continue to talk about it. So what I've gone ahead and do, like I do every single Sunday morning when we do these live streams, is I update my rankings and I post them to the left of me just so that if you have a question, these are the updated rankings for half PPR, top 36 running backs, top 36 wide receivers, top 16 quarterbacks, top 16 tight ends. This is something that we've done year over year. So just in case you were wondering, the players that were, of course, played in Thursday Night Football game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys, they are no longer included in this. This is going to pretty much include everyone who is remaining, whether it is today or tomorrow's Monday Night Football game between the Raiders and the Ravens. All right. So let's get into this, shall we? Week 1, a couple pieces of information that I want to divulge to you guys, just so that we're all on the same page. A couple key injury, news. So what you'll see is that to the statistics, to the rankings to the left of me, we have a couple players with a LP designation in brackets. If in fact you see that, that means that specific player, specifically we'll go ahead and talk about Austin Ekeler, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and DK Metcalf. They were all limited in their final practice of the week on Friday. Does that mean that they're not going to play? That's definitely not going to be the case. They're most likely all going to play, but I want to just kind of give you guys an understanding as to why they were injured. Josh Jacobs is dealing with a toe injury, has not practiced in full the entire week. In fact, missed 2 practices this week, which was Tuesday and Wednesday. DK Metcalf as well missed Tuesday and Wednesday, practice on Friday, limited. Same thing with Austin Ekeler. Saquon Barkley was limited all week long, didn't get a lot of touches, and based on what I've read in terms of reports earlier this morning, they're going to use him sparingly. Therefore, I have Saquon Barkley where I have him. I don't want to play a player that may not be in the full swing of things in terms of this offense. And if, that's going to be the case, and we're going to be in a situation where, of course, Saquon Barkley is only going to touch the ball 10 times, we're going to have to get lucky for him to actually be a viable fantasy play. All right, so I see a lot of people already sending in donations. I do appreciate those. We're going to get to those as quickly as we possibly can, but we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. So I know there's going to be a lot of questions being flooded in. For those of you who are, again, sending in questions, I appreciate it. Just wanted to go ahead and designate that. Outside of that, my predictions for this week. I already talked about me picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the Thursday night game. That's a 1-0 start this year. Last year, I think I was about 70% correct just on straight-up winners. We'll see how these predictions spare me this week. So we'll go ahead and hop into some of these questions, shall we? Okay. Here we go. We got a lot of them, don't we now? All right, so let's go ahead and move this here, and we should be in a good spot. Okay, New Life sends in a question. Thank you very much. I appreciate the donation. Half PPR. We have Chenault, Elijah, and that's Elijah Moore specifically, and Devonta. Devonta what? Freeman? No. We don't want to play Devontae Freeman. I think he's on the practice squad, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, Elijah Moore, guys, is a player that if he's available in your league and you have a potential bench spot available, I'd go ahead and pick him up because there is a very good chance that he has a breakout game today and can potentially continue on forward throughout the rest of the season, mainly because Jamison Crowder and Keelan Cole are both dealing with injuries. Therefore, to be honest, I think Elijah Moore could have himself a pretty big game here. So between the three of those, New Life, I'm still picking Laviska Shenault. That's my play. Somebody in the chat was asking, can you make the list bigger? I cannot. If I was to do so, you would not get any of the rankings because it would not fit. As you can see, I'm using literally all of the screen that I possibly can in order to kind of fit it there. But I appreciate that. Okay, Emmanuel, you got to stop spamming in the chat, dude. I'll get one of the moderators to get after you, my guy. Eventually, someone's going to get there. Guys, just so that we're on the same page, because Emmanuel wanted to go ahead and spam 50 times in the same question, the rankings to the left of me are my updated rankings. So when you ask Eckler or Darrell Henderson, you just go over to the rankings to the left. That's updated as of this morning. We see Austin Eckler at number 11, Darrell Henderson over there at number 19. We know who we're playing. We're playing Austin Eckler. There it is. Done. Finished. If you're wondering Shenault or Boyd, you go over to the rankings to the left. We got Boyd at number 22 this week, and then we have Shenault a little bit lower than him, sitting at, where is Shenault on this list? Am I blind? Laviska Shenault is number 35. Get it? Got it? Good. All right, cool. Let me get back to these questions here that were sent in. All right, Mike P from NYC, thank you very much, says full PPR flex. Need the highest ceiling. Chark, Drake, Cooks, Pittman, or Waddle. Between the group, I'm going to play Brandon Cooks. That's my suggestion. I think that's the highest ceiling, specifically also because of the matchup. But yeah, I go with Brandon Cooks there. Thank you very much, Mike. Ian Judge says OBJ, Deebo Samuel, Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers for the flex in a full PPR. As of right now, that's a pretty close question. It's between, in my opinion, OBJ and Deebo Samuel. In a full PPR, I think I'm pretty confident just rolling with Deebo. At this moment in time, I think the matchup is just far too juicy. With OBJ coming back, there's still going to be a little bit of, potential hesitation in what we're going to see out of him, whether it is from the coaching staff or he himself. So for now, I'm just going to go with Deebo Samuel in this scenario. That's my suggestion, Ian. Thank you very much. Taryn says full PPR, wide receiver 3, Chark or Cortland Sutton. I'm playing Cortland Sutton this week as your wide receiver 3 in a full PPR. I like Chark a lot. I just think that Cortland Sutton is going to get a lot more exposure in comparison this week. Okay, let's see here. We have ourselves Andrew Horton. Thank you very much. Says half PPR flex. We have James Robinson, or is that Allen Robinson? That's the question. You guys have to let me know. Okay, either way, you have Tyson Williams, Henderson, and then T. Higgins. Between the bunch of those players, I don't know if it's Allen Robinson or not. I'm going to assume that it's not, because if it's James Robinson, you automatically play it. Regardless, out of the remaining players in this list, let me actually go. Where's my spreadsheet? What do I have in my flex here in a half PPR? Who is going to take it? Where do I have Higgins in comparison to? So there's Higgins. Now where is? Okay, yep. Henderson's below him, and yep. Okay, so I'm playing Higgins in that case. That is my suggestion there. I'd play T. Higgins over the players, of course, assuming it's not James Robinson. Thank you very much, Horton. All right, Ivan says, half PPR, Corey Davis or Devontae Smith. I'm playing Corey Davis. Thank you very much. DJ, DJ, I forgot to DM you back. My bad, my guy. Says half PPR, start 2 Mendenhall, Moreno, or Wells. Oh, man, you always come in with those clutch things. Let me see if I know you sent me a DM. Let me see if I can find it. What was your question? Let's see here. Where are we at, DJ? Am I going to forget where your actual name... Where the heck was it? You know how many DMs I get? It's just like... Holy moly, it's too much sometimes. DJ... Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, okay. So... Wait, no, I thought... Oh, I did answer your question. Wait, did I answer your question? I guess I did. Dude, I don't even remember. It's been one of those nights. Either way, thank you very much, DJ. I appreciate that. All right, Michael Vare says Higgins or Deontay Johnson. Also, how do we feel about Tyson? To be honest, Tyson Williams should be a pretty good play this week. I'm not, as confident in him than I was in specifically Gus Edwards in the matchup, but I still think that he's a good play based on where I have him ranked. But in terms of your question, I'm playing T. Higgins over Deontay Johnson. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Michael Williams, thank you very much, says, need upside PPR, pick 2, OBJ, Allen Robinson, Chenault, or Callaway. If you want upside, I mean, look, it's just a matter of whether or not you're going to be upset after Allen Robinson either produces a bomb of a performance where he's putting up 20 points on your bench or putting up 4 points in your lineup. If that's going to bother you, then you can just go ahead and play him and just deal with the consequences there. It's obviously a tough matchup. I think if you're really looking for upside, you play OBJ and you play Chenault there in a PPR. That's my suggestion there, Michael. Thank you. Jordan Cabot, dog training, thank you very much, says flex PPR. I need one. You have David Montgomery, Julio Jones, Tyler Boyd, or Pittman. Also have AJ Brown. I would still play Julio Jones. He's by far and away the best next option that you have on your roster. I'd play them both. It's a really good matchup against the Arizona Cardinals today in Tennessee. All right, let's hear. Pancake sends in a question, says Tyrell Williams or Devontae Parker full PPR. I play Devontae Parker there. I know J.C. Jackson is probably going to be the cornerback that's covering him. That is, that's pretty tough overall. But ultimately, I'm not 100% willing to buy in on the potential of what a Lions wide receiver could provide without seeing it before my very eyes with Jared Goff associated there. All right, really quickly, I just want to reiterate, there's 826 of you in here. If you weren't in here at the beginning of the stream about 10 minutes ago, I'm just going to go ahead and re-explain it. Every ranking to the left of me over there, is updated. So it does not include any of the players from Thursday night's football game, and I've gone ahead and adjusted them in comparison to what you saw earlier this week. So of course, there's going to be a couple players that went up or went down based on different scenarios, players being missing from the lineups, injuries, whether it is on their team or on an opposing team. So again, these are updated rankings. So for those of you who are asking, hey, should I play X or Y running back? If they're not on the list, then you're already in trouble. But hopefully it's already over there so you can get it answered relatively easily. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Also, while there's 800 of you in here, if you could all do me the favor and do me the solid of hitting that like button. There's 850 of you in here, and there's only 234 likes. It really does make a huge difference in allowing me to continue to do this every single day and bring you guys content to help you guys win some championships. So if you guys could, smash that like button today. Really does help a lot. All right, so Max M says, should I bench Saquon for Robbie Anderson or Chase? Yeah, I'd play Robbie Anderson over him. I would. In any sort of PPR, half or full. Thank you very much. Ian sends in a question. Says Monty or Ayuk in the flex full PPR. I'd play Brandon Ayuk there. Thank you very much. DJ says, season's finally here. Much love, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Johnny sends in a question. Says full PPR. Flex or Austin Eckler or Julio? That is a really good question. I think you can go either way. Personally, I feel comfortable enough rolling out Austin Eckler there to ride with it. But if you have any hesitation at all, I think Julio is a fantastic play. As you can see from where I have him ranked, even whether it was earlier this week to now, he is a top 12 wide receiver at this current moment in time going into Sunday's games, especially due to the matchup. Again, if A.J. Brown is pulling number one coverage, the defense is filling the box. I think Julio Jones is going to be able to dominate that way. So between the two, I'm going with Eckler in a full PPR setting. I think his upside is higher. But if you have any hesitation because of the hamstring injury and, of course, him being limited throughout the week, I think you're good to go with Julio there. What's up, Andrew? Nothing much, guess. I'm doing well. Hopefully you guys are doing well as well in the chat. Eckler out. Imagine if Eckler's actually out, that would be a travesty. Okay, now stop trolling me, people. Please don't do that, because now you're gonna make me panic. Okay, let me look this up now. Gosh, I'm not kidding. Whoever said Eckler out, I'm gonna come ban you. I will ban you. I'm not messing. No shot. Latest. What's going on here? I don't see anything about Eckler being out. I don't see it. Okay. Someone's getting banned. Who was it? Who was it? I'm sending my mods after you. I'm doing it. No, he's not out. Thomas sends in a donation. Thank you very much. Says 4th year with you, man. Man, you've been here for 4 years. Thanks for all the work. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you very much. Says half PPR, Chase Edmonds or Corey Davis. Ooh, that's good. I think between the both of them, you've got pretty good upside. But, I mean, to be honest, at this current moment in time in a half PPR, I'm probably going Chase Edmonds there. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable going Edmonds. Thank you very much, Thomas. TFG Beat says full PPR. Do I bench Saquon for Swift or Tyson Williams? Yeah, I would for both of them. Sorry, Swift and Tyson Williams. Yeah, I would. Look, I know you spent an early round pick for him, but him playing against Denver is not a good thing, especially considering there's going to be Bradley Chubb and Von Miller full goes. And on top of the fact, yeah, I might ban him. You never know. He's trolling me in the chat. Anyway, I love you guys. Don't worry. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not banning anybody. So, yeah, besides the fact that they're, of course, playing against Denver, that is not something that I want to, play Saquon into. And they're talking about him, getting sparing attempts here and there. They're trying to ease him in. And if you have a better option, go for it. All right, so I have a slew of donations here, specifically from a bunch of people that did not have messages attached to them. Guys, if you're going to send in a donation and it's not going to have a message attached to it, I'm not going to ever be able to get that question because I don't, it's not there. So I don't know how I'm going to find it. So Felix, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Nicholas, thank you very much. But I mean, there was no message attached to them, gentlemen. Pedro says, rate my lineup. Okay, we have Hurts, Kamara, Gibson, Ridley, Allen. Okay, we're already looking good. Higbee and Woods. I mean, that's as good as it gets for this upcoming weekend. I think Hurts is going to be a monster. Kamara is, of course, a top 3 running back, especially in a full PPR setting. Antonio Gibson should be a monster. Hopefully, they use less of J.D. McKissic this year in comparison to last year. Keenan Allen, I mean, if Keenan Allen goes for 8 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns today, don't be surprised. Don't at me either. And then, of course, your duo of Rams receivers, specifically tight end and receiver, they should be able to feast considering the Bears cannot stop anybody in the secondary. Great lineup, Pedro. Daniel Thompson sends in a donation. Thank you very much. Says PPR, T. Higgins, Debo, or Robbie. All right, let's see here. Let me go to my full PPR rankings. Let me go to wide receiver. Okay, we have T. Higgins. I'm sorry, let me go back. Right, it's T. Higgins, Debo, and Robbie Anderson. As of this current moment in time, I have the order ranked T. Higgins, Robbie Anderson, and Debo Samuel in a full PPR. That is my suggestion. Thank you very much, Daniel. Nicholas, thank you very much. Says no Callaway ? Have him over Chark in full PPR. Yeah, to be honest, at this current moment in time, considering he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints, he's going to have Jaire Alexander on him, covering him and shadowing him the entire day. That in itself is very scary, to say the least. He's one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League. So overall, he's most likely going to be in a tough position. If he doesn't get anything going, I wouldn't be surprised. So that's the reason why I don't have Callaway here. If Traquan Smith didn't go out with an injury, if they had a Michael Thomas there, and I knew that Marquez Callaway could sit in the wide receiver 2 spot or potentially in the slot and tear up the defense, then that was fine. But at this current moment in time, yeah, no, I don't really have him. But have him over Chark in a full PPR. Let me see. Where's my full PPR? As of right now, we have Chark there. Yeah, I have Chark ahead of him by 1 spot, literally 1 spot. Brock Hamilton says, highest ceiling, Mike Gesicki or Everett? I think Mike Gesicki does. Yeah. I think Everett has too many pieces to compete with. Like, we know Carson, Metcalf, and Lockett are going to get theirs. On the other side of the coin with Mike Gesicki, I'm not 100% certain as to what we're going to see out of Parker or Waddle or even Myles Gaskin today. I don't even know if Myles Gaskin is going to be the full-time back. I mean, if Malcolm Brown comes back out, That's going to panic a lot of people. Zach Johnson says full PPR, Damian Harris, Tyson Williams, or DJ Chark. Between the three of these gentlemen, let's see here. Going to my full PPR rankings, which you can find exclusively on Patreon. For those of you guys who are looking for it, link down in the description if you're looking for my flex rankings in the full and half PPR settings. And that would help you guys. Okay, where are we at here? I got to Control F the spreadsheet and find Damian Harris. Okay, we got Damian Harris there. And then what was the other names? Tyson Williams, I believe. Okay, so Damian Harris is ahead of Tyson Williams, but is he ahead of DJ Chark? Yeah, I'm playing Damian Harris there. Thank you very much. Michael sends it a question. Says, half PPR flex, Juju, Robbie Anderson, Mike Davis. I'm playing Mike Davis there. Thank you very much. Let's hear. Final says, can you expand on Claypool versus Cooks in a full PPR? Expand on it? I mean, I think that Brandon Cooks has higher upside in a full PPR. I just think that there's going to be far less competition of targets and receptions there for him. So I think his reception count overall in a full PPR pretty much solidifies his value in comparison to Claypool, who will probably catch the ball 5 times or less today. And it could accompany it with a touchdown, which could give him value, but he desperately needs the touchdown value, in my opinion, for him to compete. But that's mainly why Cooks in a full PPR would dominate there. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to reiterate, because now there's 1,000 people in this chat, so that we're all on the same page, guys. If you are looking for rankings that are up to date, they're literally to the left side of me. Everything that I talked about earlier this week, whether it was my top 36 running backs, wide receivers, top 16 quarterbacks, and tight ends, that has been updated to the left of me. So if you're looking for my updated rankings in that capacity, it's over there. If you're looking for flex rankings, like, hey, which of these running backs versus these wide receivers, you can either send in a donation, because again, there's a lot of people asking questions, or you can go to my Patreon and find it there. Thank you very much. All right. Carlos Ruiz says, Devontae Smith, OBJ, Sutton, or Callaway. Full PPR. I'm going to go with OBJ there. Thank you very much. Jason says, PPR, Josh Jacobs, Claypool, or Sutton. I'm playing Sutton. Okay, I got to scroll back up, gentlemen. There's a lot of questions coming in. And okay, here we go. Chris Hammers says half PPR, 0.2 per rush. Okay, interesting. Mike Davis, Darrell Henderson, Tyson Williams. Also, starting Stafford and Cup. Yeah, I mean, you're good with the Stafford. Oh, okay. So you're saying you don't want to get caught up with the potential of having too many Rams on your lineup. I understand the concept there. I wouldn't ever believe that that's going to, dictate my decision making. But ultimately, I still believe that Mike Davis is the best play out of the 3 that you mentioned. So I play Mike Davis there in a half PPR. Sunday Tuna says Goddard or Tyler Higbee this week, and why? Tyler Higbee is my suggestion. Why? Because the Chicago Bears were giving up the 3rd most points to opposing tight ends last season in a half PPR scoring format. They gave up the 3rd most touchdowns to opposing tight ends. They really couldn't stop anybody. I think they gave up 7 consecutive touchdowns to tight ends at the back end of the season there on consecutive weeks. So, I mean, someone could fact check me on that. But as of right now, I know they gave up a bunch of touchdowns. And in comparison to Goddard, I mean, there's still Ertz out there. And Ertz scares me because, as you can see from my rankings, I think Zach Ertz could definitely impose his will this week if, in fact, he can get into this lineup and see some targets. Let's see here. Caleb sends in a question, says, Gronk or Goddard are my tight ends. Gronk and Goddard are my tight ends this season. How do you play in the coming weeks? I mean... To be honest, Caleb, this is a question that is probably for another time because, yeah, it's just a matter of what ends up happening with Goddard. Because, yeah, we know what happened with Gronk on Thursday, but I don't know what's going to happen with Goddard today. Maybe Goddard scores more points, right? So there's too many variables to take into account. So as of right now, I appreciate the donation, but we're going to have to move on because there's too much speculation regarding that. I still would think that rest of season, if Zach Ertz isn't the end-all, be-all for Dallas Goedert's still probably a top 12 fantasy tight end. Ian Ward says full PPR, pick 1, wide receiver, and pick 1 running back. Okay, so we have ourselves Tyson Williams, Darrell Henderson, Brandon Cooks, Allen Robinson. I'm playing Darrell Henderson between the two running backs, and between the two wide receivers, I'm playing Allen Robinson. If you're scared about Allen Robinson, you're worried about it, you can play Brandon Cooks. It's not a problem at all, but that's just my suggestion as right now. Thank you. Sebastian Alex says, half PPR, flex 2, Laviska and Monty. Should I bench Montgomery for either Golladay, Corey Davis, or Tyson Williams? Yeah, I would. I'd bench him for Tyson Williams. I would. In a half PPR, yeah, I would. That's my suggestion there. But to be specific, I mean, in a half PPR, I'd even play Golladay and Corey Davis over Laviska Shenault. So as you can see to the rankings to the left of me, I do have Golladay and Corey Davis above Laviska Shenault in half PPR, and I have Tyson Williams ahead of Montgomery. So do with that as you may. Sebastian, thank you very much. I appreciate it. B3 says Swift, Ayuk, David Montgomery, Ty Johnson, flex one running back. My running back choice there is probably going to be Swift, and then the flex is going to be Ayuk. Thank you. Nick Richards says full PPR Edmonds or Corey Davis. 4-point passing touchdown, Hurts or Herbert. I'm playing Jalen Hurts there as your quarterback. As for Corey Davis versus Chase Edmonds, I'm playing Corey Davis. Thank you. Apex App King says full PPR David Montgomery, Darrell Henderson. I was like, who the heck is Darnell Harrison? I was like, Henderson. I was like, what the heck? You meant Darrell Henderson. Tyson Williams, Marvin Jones. Okay, here we go. Jamar Chase. Need one as of right now, and I need an RB2. Okay, so one RB2 and one flex. Between the players that you mentioned, I'm probably playing Darrell Henderson there in the running back 2 spot. And in terms of the flex, I'm going to go with Jamar Chase. Thank you very much, Alex. Richard Tolbert says Tyson Williams or Kareem Hunt in a half PPR. Like I'll mention to you guys, and you don't even have to send in a donation. It's literally to the left of me, guys. I don't know if my point is getting muted or some point. Like I'm telling you guys, literally right over there, updated rankings. You're good to go. I appreciate the donation. But as you can see, if we look over there in terms of my updated rankings, I do have Tyson Williams ahead of Kareem Hunt, and that's where I would suggest. Thank you very much. Cody says Ruggs, Jacoby Myers, or Mooney. As of this moment in time, I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers. Thank you very much, Cody. All right. NYI Hayden, thank you very much, says, rate my lineup, Kyler, Dalvin, Mike Davis, Godwin. Okay, that was a good Thursday night. T. Higgins, Hawkinson, Robbie Anderson. Should I start Juju or Callaway? Okay, where did it get cut off? Over Robbie Anderson. No, I wouldn't. I think you have a good, if you're playing in a full PPR, you're in a good spot. Because again, Mike Davis, Dalvin Cook, they're both going to catch the ball. You got a pretty good PPR tight end. 3 wide receivers are studs. I would 150% play Robbie Anderson over Juju Smith and or Callaway in the flex. So you're in a good spot there, Hayden. Appreciate it. Brandon says Tyson Williams or Raheem Mostert, flex full PPR. Raheem Mostert, not even close. Not even close. Ethan says Henderson or DE. Oh, Devontae Smith. I was like, what the heck? At the flex, depends what your scoring format is. If you're playing in a half PPR standard, I'm going to go with Henderson. If it's a full PPR, if it's a full PPR, I don't mind Devontae Smith there. That's where I'd go. Luigi says, why tight end Jonnu Smith over Hunter Henry? Because that's what I prefer, and that's what I think the team prefers. I mean, based on what we've seen in terms of snap counts from the starting team in preseason, all signs point to Jonnu Smith being the starter there. In terms of the pass catcher, we know that Hunter Henry is a better pass blocker overall and will get the opportunity to be on the field there. But as of this current moment in time, I think Jonnu Smith far and away is the better receiving option and will be utilized as more of a receiving option in that extent. Let's see here. So just so we're on the same page, because I saw a couple comments here, right? So Hustle sent in a question, or just commented just right now. It says Eckler or Henderson. Again, if Eckler's higher in my half PPR rankings to the left, he's probably the guy that I would want to pick, right, guys? I swear, guys, it's literally to the left of me. Like someone just asked Swift or Barkley. Guys, it's literally there. I'm picking Swift over Barkley this week. These rankings are for half PPR, just like my regular weekly rankings. But listen, if you're deciding between a guy that catches the ball or a guy that doesn't catch the ball, you're in a pretty good spot there, right? If it's Eckler or Henderson doesn't have the ability or upside to catch the ball 8 times. He doesn't. Well, Eckler's most likely going to do that today, right? Hopefully we're on the same page there, guys. All right, cool. All right, a couple more questions flying in here. Sean Mindset says, should I start Cousins or Lawrence in a full PPR? I mean, the full PPR is absolutely irrelevant in this specific case. It's just a matter of which quarterback is better. I personally think Kirk Cousins against Cincinnati is a prime matchup. He's going to torch them. Also because, main point, there's a couple injuries we have to take into account. I'm going to go ahead and read them out real quick. Trey Waynes, starting cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals, out today. He was probably going to be covering Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's going to have an even better game. Rodney McLeod for the Philadelphia Eagles, their best overall safety. He's out today. That's obviously going to open up Calvin Ridley for even more potential upside over the top. Star Latualé, the interior defensive tackle for the Buffalo Bills. He is out today. Congratulations, Najee Harris. You get an extra little bump there. Xavier Rhodes, starting cornerback of the Indianapolis Colts. He is out today. That does help the potential of DK Metcalf, but DK Metcalf's already dealing with a calf injury, so we still got to be worried about that. Emmanuel Mosley, he's going to be out today for the 49ers, so that does help the potential of maybe a receiving target like Amon St. Brown and or Tyrell Williams to step up today, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead. Kirk Cousins was my suggestion there. Troy Stewart, thank you very much. Says Saquon, Corey Davis, Myles Gaskin, pick 2. I'm picking Corey Davis and Myles Gaskin. I'm just sending it there. If you want to play Saquon, it's on your own, potential. Zach Moss is inactive today. Well, if you're a Devin Singletary owner, congratulations. You might have some value there because maybe he can catch a couple balls, but ultimately, I'm not playing a running back against Pittsburgh Steelers. Thank you very much. Kevin Barrett says, should I trade Kupp and Judy for McLaurin? No. You need wide receiver depth. Auntie Slayer 187 sent in a donation. There wasn't a message attached to it, unfortunately, but I appreciate the donation. 916 Chaos Lord, you've been here for a while, man. I mean, I've seen your name for the last couple of years, to say the very least. Half PPR, needs ceiling. Montgomery, Landry, Pittman. To be honest, ceiling is Landry. That's what I do. Let's see here. Duzco says half PPR, tight end 1, Noah Fant or Dallas Goedert, and why? As of this moment in time, when I look at the matchups, I don't like either matchups because Deion Jones is a very good inside linebacker, and so is Blake Martinez in terms of coverage. So both these guys are in technically tougher matchups, but when I look at both the offenses, I think there's a far greater chance of Dallas Goedert getting more targets because there aren't as many receiving threats or even backfield threats that are going to catch the ball as much in comparison to the tight ends in Philadelphia, in comparison to you have Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, Judy, Hamler, Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, and then you also have Okwuegbunam, who, of course, was drafted out of Missouri last year. He's going to go into his sophomore year coming off the ACL injury. There's a lot of targets there in Denver. So as of right now, I'd go with Goddard just because of the volume of targets. Probably going to be a lot better. Phil, thank you very much, says half PPR, Fitzpatrick or Herbert? I'm playing Herbert. Herbert's going to torch them. I really do think that Herbert's going to have a good game. Why do I have him as low ranked as I do? Because I'm just worried that if, in fact, he doesn't get off to a hot start, it may take him a little while. He'll finish with 2 touchdowns in comparison to the other rest of the league where they're in far more advantageous matchups and they get themselves the more rushing yards, those totals that start to pile up. Let's see here. John sends in a donation. Thank you very much. Says Terry McLaurin or Marquise Brown. You are the best. Thank you very much. As of right now, it's not even close. It's Terry McLaurin. With Curtis Samuel going to the injured reserve, they don't really have that many receiving options. Ryan Fitzpatrick is known for funnel targeting a single receiver. That is going to be McLaurin for the rest of this season until, of course, we see more film on these guys and specific snap counts. But as of right now, yeah, it's McLaurin by a mile. That's why McLaurin, again, to the left of me, is so highly ranked in comparison to Marquise Brown, who's at the bottom. Thank you very much. All right, so we have Alexander Drucker, thank you very much, says standard flex, Julio, Henderson, okay, so Julio and Henderson. That's a really good question. In a standard league, typically I lean with the running back position, but in all honesty, because I think the Rams are going to beat the Bears by such a significant margin, maybe I'm mistaken to believe that. I think we're going to see a lot of Sonny Michel in the second half. I'm honestly going to suggest you go Julio Jones there. In the different league, you say full PPR, Chark, Jamar Chase, or Russell Gage. Okay, cool. And then you're saying, could I also play one in flex, one over Darrell Henderson in my other flex? Okay. To be honest, I don't mind that. I think I'd play Gage and I think I'm off the Darrell Henderson train in your specific scenario because you do have a lot of potential good options, specifically in a full PPR. I think I'd go Jamar Chase and Gage there over Henderson. But to be honest, if I'm splitting hairs, there could even be a conversation for Chark taking it. But yeah, I'm okay with those two wide receivers. I'm okay with Julio over Henderson in standard, and I'm okay with goodness gracious, Gage and Chase over Henderson. Thank you very much, Alexander. Let's see here. Richard Carpenter says, no question, have some money. I appreciate it, Richard. Go check out my Patreon. Maybe you just want to throw me more money over there. No, I'm just kidding. You can get a lot more, potential incentives there. Sermon inactive, no shot. Why are we trolling? I'll ban somebody. I'll do it. I'm not kidding. I'll do it. Don't tempt me, guys. Are we serious? Because, that makes... Holy moly. Let's see here. Trey Sermon inactive week 1. Raheem Mostert, he was already a must-play, right? But now he's even better. Holy moly. Yeah, he's even better. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. Yeah, he's even better. Jeff Wilson Jr., sneaky play. No, Jeff Wilson Jr. is hurt, Pat. I don't know what you're talking about. Jeff Wilson Jr. is hurt. He's on the injured reserve, my God. If he was playing, then sure, because he was great last year. But no, he's hurt. Mostert, he was already going to feast, guys. But now it's even going to be to the nth degree. Regardless, I got to get back to questions. Justin Law says, does Lamar not scare you with all the running backs down? No, because now he gets to run the ball more. Justin, isn't that the greatest? Yes, it is. Absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. So he could just run that little bit of a read option, pull, and off to the races. Let's see here. Trey Brown, thank you very much, says James Conner or Brandon Cooks or Laviska Shenault for my flex in a full PPR. Brandon Cooks is my suggestion there. Thank you very much. Laviska Shenault is probably right after, and then James Conner third, just to kind of give you some perspective. Danny sends in a question, says non-PPR, Corey Davis, DeAndre Swift. Man, that is a really tough question. I think all of DeAndre Swift's value is off of catching the ball out of the backfield. And if he's not getting that, I don't think he has very much touchdown upside. That's a really... That was the hardest question of the day. I think wow. I'm probably going Corey Davis. No joke. I'm probably going Corey Davis. I don't want to touch DeAndre Swift against the 49ers with their left tackle on the injured reserve now. Jared Goff's in shambles. I just can't do it. Just give me Corey Davis there. Elmis says Wentz or Zach Wilson. That's a great question. I'm going Zach Wilson there. Thank you very much. Trude Boy says need a flex. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Mostert, Golladay, Jacoby Myers. Okay, awesome. Great question. Mostert. Let's do it. Yes. I love the channel. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words, Trude Boy. And then you have a question regarding the kicker position. You have Koo or Tyler Bass. I'm going with Koo. Of course, he's got a bomb for a leg, and he's always been good. Zach Moss out today. Is Singletary a sneaky flex in DFS? In a full PPR DFS, potentially. But, is he going to score a touchdown? Probably not. Is he going to get much rushing yards? Probably not. That front seven for the Pittsburgh Steelers is, if not the best in the league in comparison to maybe Tampa Bay and or New Orleans. These are the cream of the crop of the front sevens. All right, really quickly. Now that there's 1,200 of you in this chat, I have to once again reiterate something. Everything to the left side of the screen, guys, okay? Because, again, we still have an hour and 20 minutes to go. But I want to go ahead and just continue to reiterate. Everything over there, before my finger gets cut off by the green screen. Everything over there is updated rankings. So we've gone ahead and we've taken out all the players from Thursday night's game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My goodness, was that a fantastic shootout for fantasy purposes. A lot of my rosters are ready to go. Regardless, I've gone ahead and removed those players and adjusted everything accordingly based on the injuries and all that kind of stuff. So those are updated top 36 running backs and wide receivers, top 16 quarterbacks and tight ends for a half PPR scoring format, just so we're on the same page, 4-point per passing touchdown format. So if you're wondering, hey, why is Andrew having names on the screen? It's because those are the updated rankings. So if you're wondering, hey, should I be playing Marquise Brown or Chase Claypool this week? Boom, the answer is there for you on screen. Awesome. Thank you very much in advance. Also, if you guys are here and you want to continue to support the channel, just click that like button down below. It really does help a lot, guys. Thank you. Again, I got to get back to some of these questions. There's a lot of them, guys. I'm just trying to catch up and stay afloat as of this moment in time. There's a lot of you guys in here. All right. So we have here. So yeah, CB, I'm going to be honest. I'm not too keen on starting any running backs for the Buffalo Bills. Neither was I excited about drafting any of them regardless of anything. So yeah, I'm just not too excited about it. Phil says, did you see my question? Your quarterback, you answered the quarterback question, but did you see the first one you sent? Phil, I'm going to be totally honest. I didn't. Wow. Okay, so I missed a couple here. Okay, let me go back up here. Phil, you know what? That's clutch. You know what? Let me actually do something. Let me scroll through this. Let me see if I missed anything specifically. Maybe one of my mods can tell me if I missed any of these. Okay, so we answered the Higgins one. Yep. Okay, TFG beats. Yeah, we figured that one out. Okay, so then where did it all go wrong here? How did I miss that? We figured that question out. Alex, we've answered that one. Luigi. Okay, so Phil, the first question you had. You said, hey, man, happy week 1. Yes, thank you very much. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is a holiday. This is my Christmas. 2 questions. RB2 spot, Mostert or Jacobs? Not even close. It is Mostert. Jacobs been dealing with a toe injury. Kenyon Drake's going to get more of a rotation on Monday, considering, again, the matchup and the potential game script. Flex play, Cup or Juju? It's Cup, and it's by a mile. This is my full PPR. Let me know. Have a great day. Thank you very much. You have a great day as well. Of course, by playing Mostert and Cup, you will be having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. I can assure you of that, Phil. Thank you very much. Sanders sent in a question that I also missed. Hey, dude. Love your last video was nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see here. But next time your graphic might highlight. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, it was an impromptu video, Sanders. So I appreciate the constructive criticism. I will be sure to, in the future, certainly update the graphics. Being a one-man army isn't the easiest thing to do out in these streets when we got competition with like 40 employees coming after me. Anyway, thank you very much. Troll King, did we do this one? Henderson or Juju in the full PPR? I'd go with Juju there, just so we're on the same page. Ryan sent in a question, says Devontae Smith, Callaway, Claypool, or Allen Robinson. I mean, I'm going Allen Robinson there. Mason Mills says Anderson or Carson, full PPR. I'm going Anderson there. Jarquay Manuel says full PPR 10-team, Myles Gaskin, Deontay Johnson as my flex. I'm going Deontay Johnson in a full PPR there. Okay, so now I understand what happened. So it updated and it knocked everybody down, and then Sean got pushed up. So that's why we skipped you guys. My apologies in advance. That's my bad. And then Auntie Slayer sent in okay, it was just a... I didn't even see the flexing emoji. Thank you very much, Auntie Slayer. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, and Phil, you're a stud for pointing that out. I appreciate that, my guy. All right, so I got to scroll back up here because we got to figure out where we left off. So CB, we answered your question about Zach Moss. The next one was Rocky's Love. It says Debo, Landry, Jacoby Myers, full PPR. I'm playing Debo. I think that matchup is too primed. Cody says flex, full PPR. Hunt, Goddard, or Aguilar. I'm playing Hunt. Thank you very much. Steven says full PPR. Should I start Gaskin or Deontay Johnson in my flex? And I have OBJ on the bench. I'm playing Deontay Johnson there. Thank you very much in a full PPR. Jarquay Manuel says, yep, thank you very much. I think I answered that. Yeah, guys, again, if I missed your question earlier, my apologies. That is my bad. I completely lost it in the shuffle. So I'll take that one straight on the chin. But I do appreciate you guys' donations. Thank you very much. Again, you guys continuing to support the channel. That's fantastic. You missed mine? Ryan, where are you at? Let's see here, Ryan Derbies. Did I miss yours, or have I not gotten to yours yet? Because there is a huge difference there. Let's see here. No, Ryan, I answered yours. I was saying I'm playing Allen Robinson in that spot. Yeah, between Devontae Smith, Callaway, Claypool, and Allen Robinson, yeah, I mean, based on the rankings to the left of me, I'm playing Allen Robinson. I'm not, yes, I'm worried about it, but I'm not going to shy away from it. If you want to go otherwise, then I'd probably go Claypool or Devontae Smith. But I'm still rolling out with my stud. Okay, Lucas Ascu says, who do I start at the quarterback position? Kirk, Stafford, or Darnold? I'd play Matthew Stafford. Thank you. Jake Eagle, thanks for answering questions all week. Patreon is definitely worth it. Not a hashtag ad. Gonna roll with Tyson Williams over Montgomery. Let's see how it goes. Yep, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jake, I appreciate that. Jack sends in a question. Laviska Shenault or Montgomery and a half PPR? At that point, I go David Montgomery. Redron says, full PPR flex, OBJ or Tyson Williams? I'm going OBJ. Jay Jackson says, should I start Henry Ruggs or Damani Brown? To be honest, I'm kind of feeling that Henry Ruggs could be a good play. If in fact we see Bryan Edwards pulling Marlon Humphrey's coverage, then Henry Ruggs is going to run. I mean, he's not going to run free, but he's going to get a lot more targets playing on the outside rather than playing in the slot like he did last year. So I'm leaning in the direction of Ruggs, but I don't like either of those options. I mean, you're probably playing in a super deep full PPR league, maybe 14 to 16 teams. So at that point, yeah. But look, there is a potential in which we could see Dyami Brown be a good play for the Washington football team. It's just a matter of, can he get through the slog of being behind McLaurin, Gibson, of course, Logan Thomas. He's going to be like the fourth or fifth receiving option on that offense. Maybe my mind, maybe I'll have a different perspective after this week, but yeah, I'd go Ruggs there. True Gentleman says full PPR, Shenault, Corey Davis, Edmonds, Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson's my suggestion there. Thank you. TDJS says Barkley or Tyson. I'm going to go Tyson Williams. Thank you. Flex Lockett or Davis? Which Davis are we talking about? Corey or... Actually, you know what? Regardless, even if it's Mike, I'm going with Tyler Lockett there. Thank you. Will Lane says half PPR, Keenan, Deontay, Allen Robinson, Corey Davis, start two. Okay, so if I'm starting two out of those four, I'm playing Keenan Allen, I'm playing Deontay Johnson. Guy I'm playing has Mike Evans. Not sure if you go safe with Allen Robinson. No. Allen Robinson's not safe in comparison to Deontay and Keenan Allen. I think those are safer plays, actually, in fact. I appreciate it, though, Will. Damon Smith says Russell Wilson or Ryan Tannehill. I'm going Russell Wilson there, but either of them are fantastic plays, to say the very least, in my opinion. Yes, I'm aware, Gus. I appreciate it. Trey Sermon is out, everyone. Do not play Trey Sermon. I can't update the graphic at this current moment in time because it would take me too long to fire up the Photoshop file with all the different layers on it, and it would just slow me down the entire operation. So just ignore that. Thank you very much. Leonidas 707, man, that movie is just a banger. Zack Snyder made a absolute legend of a movie with 300, and then everything after that was just awful, man. I don't know, man. Anyway, not sure who to start between Brandon Ayuk and Laviska Shenault. It's not even close. It's Brandon Ayuk, full ready. Let's send him. Here we go. Thank you very much, Leonidas. Mike Goldberg says full PPR, super flex. Tyler Higbee, James Conner, or Marvin Jones Jr. Out of those three options, I'm playing Marvin Jones Jr. Thank you very much. PT Morris says Sutton, Elijah Moore, Waddle, Coleman, flex. I'm playing Sutton. Thank you. Tom sends in a question. Andrew, love the content. Full PPR, Mike Davis, Barkley, or Henderson. I'm playing Mike Davis. Thank you very much. Puff Puff Pass Judgment says, who should I flex? Full PPR, Waddle, Cooks, or Callaway. I'm playing Brandon Cooks. Thank you. Armin says full PPR, Damian Harris or Debo. I'm playing Debo Samuel. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Damian Harris, if he caught the ball at least one or two times, we'd be in a good spot. But to be honest, he's not going to catch any passes with James White still there. So, yeah, I'm going with Debo. People in the chat, just so we're all aware, guys, on the left side of the screen, we have updated rankings for all of you. So for those of you who are asking, Allen Robinson versus Ayuk. So Jay Callie, that's Ayuk, 100%. Especially in a full PPR, guys. A lot of the receivers, regardless of whether it is half or full, typically, unless they're a slot receiver that's going to catch the ball like 6, 7 times, 8 times in a game, it's typically going to, stay pretty consistent. So, to answer your question, yeah, it's on the left side of the screen. I'd go with Brandon Ayuk over, an Allen Robinson. I would play a Hunt over Saquon Barkley, as Phenomenal was asking earlier, So just so we're on the same page, thank you very much. Okay. Armin, we got to your question. Thank you very much. Joshua Wilkins says half PPR Ayuk, Josh Jacobs, Tyson Williams. Ayuk. That's what I'm playing. If I'm supposed to give you an order, which again, if you prefer that, I'm going to go Ayuk, Tyson Williams, then Josh Jacobs. Okay, Joe Small says, Mostert, Chubb, Eckler, full PPR pick 2. Oh, man. You really had to do this, huh? I'm playing Mostert and Eckler. I'm not even kidding. Dude, Eckler's injury. Man, am I gonna sit Chubb in a full PPR because both those guys are just too clean? No, I can't. I just can't. All right, so this is what my suggestion is, Joe. I'm probably benching Eckler in that point. I'm avoiding injury risk. I'm playing Chubb and I'm playing Mostert. Oh man, that hurts to even say because I have Eckler really highly ranked in a full PPR. He's like my number 5 or 6 running back this week. But because of, oh man, why do you got to do this to me? Why can't you play all 3? Like, what are we doing? Joe, look, you're making me suffer out here. This is horrible. But in all honesty, if you want my legitimate, like, safe opinion, you play Mostert and you play Chubb. You play your 2 studs there, and you don't worry about Eckler's injury today. If you're trying to risk it for the biscuit, you go Mostert and Eckler and you run it. But I'm not leaving Chubb on the bench. So I'm going Chubb and Mostert there. Man, that's tough. That hurts. Only because you have such a good secondary option is that ever a possibility, by the way. Because if it's just Mostert, yeah, man. All right, WX11 says flex, half PPR, Claypool or Chase or DJ Chark. Who's C Chase? You mean Jamar Chase? Hopefully. I mean, I think that's probably... Is the C next to the J? And no, not on the keyboard. Interesting. Regardless, out of those 3 options, I'm probably going Claypool. Thank you very much, WX11. Big DYL23 sends in a Doge with a thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, we're almost catching up. Chad sends in a question. Says, who has more upside? Who has more upset? Okay, it's okay. Who has more upside? Hawkinson or Logan? And why do you think so? I mean, look, between the 2 of them, I do think that Hawkinson has more upside because who else are they going to throw the ball to? Like, legitimately, who else are they going to throw the ball to? I mean, they can try to throw the ball on the outside to, whether it is Amon St. Brown or Tyrell Williams. Maybe they're going to be good enough to be able to break through that defense. But I honestly think that Hawkinson is going to have a lot of targets in his direction. So he has the potential for more upside. Does he, accomplish that upside? That's a matter of whether or not Jared Goff can deliver the ball enough. But he definitely has more upside. Been watching for 3 years. Thank you very much, Chad. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Go Birds. And then he spells out the Eagles. I mean, if the Eagles can win today, that'd be very interesting. Heavy Hitter says, edit my team. We have Josh Allen at the quarterback position, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Mike Gesicki, Jonnu Smith at the tight. We have double tight ends? Or you want me to just set your lineup for you? Oh, okay. You should have just said set my lineup, not edit my lineup. All right, so we're playing Josh Allen. We're playing Aaron Jones. We're playing Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. Between the tight end position, I'm playing Jonnu Smith over Mike Gesicki there. Between your defense, I'll play Washington. I'm okay with that. I think they're like a top 7 this week in terms of overall defenses. Justin Tucker's a good play there. And then in terms of who I'm playing in your flex position between Chase Edmonds, Ruggs, or Higbee. You have Higbee? I'm playing Higbee over all your other tight ends. I'm playing Higbee there, and I'm playing Chase Edmonds if you have double flex or at least one flex. Thank you very much, Heavy Hitter. Phil says, wide receiver 2 spot, full PPR, Corey Davis or Juju? I'm playing Corey Davis. Thank you very much, Phil. Caleb sends in a question. Drop Goddard, pick up Jared Cook. Bleacher Report says sleeper. I don't care what Bleacher Report says. If you want to play Jared Cook, that's fine by me. By all means, take it upon yourself. Maybe Bleacher Report has got some sleepers in their own right, destroying stuff. But in my professional opinion on what I have seen, when we look at the snap counts at the tight end position for the Los Angeles Chargers this preseason, Donald Parham has played more than Jared Cook. Be careful of Jared Cook. Unless he scores a touchdown, he's typically a flub. That is what he's done. He has scored as many touchdowns as Mark Andrews in the last 2 years. Just putting it in perspective, right? So Drew Brees was able to get him enough touchdowns to be relevant. If those aren't there, we got problems. So I'm still going Goddard there, but you do what you have to, Caleb. You do what you have to. Fishy says Mooney or Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders is dealing with an injury. Go get Gabriel Davis. I think he's a better option than both him and Mooney, in my opinion. So if you can get the option there, go for it. Otherwise, you play Mooney. Stephen Bowman says Connor, Rondell Moore, Sutton, or Javonte Williams. I don't know what your scoring format is as of this current moment in time, but between the group, I'm going to probably play Javonte Williams there. Thank you very much, Stephen. Willem Flowers says Mike Davis or T. Higgins in a full PPR. You know, that is a good question. Typically, unless my running back's in the top 15, I'm probably going to go with him, but because he's not, I'm probably going T. Higgins there, to be honest. I think T. Higgins sees a lot of targets today, and in a full PPR is that much more valuable. Let's see here. Michael sends in a question, says, salutations, Andrew. Thank you very much. Greetings. I just joined the chat. Any update on big name injuries I need to be aware of? Okay. So let's go ahead and let's do a review. Again, there's 1,200 of you in here. We have an hour remaining, okay? We have an hour till kickoff. Everybody relax, okay? Hopefully, if you have a flex question, it is answered by somebody else sending in a donation, or perhaps you sending in the donation, or you checking out the Patreon down in the description for those of you who are interested in my up-to-date rankings, Excel file, ready to go if you're interested. Now, with that all being said, everything to the left of me is updated rankings. So, if you are wondering, hey, should I be playing Saquon Barkley or Austin Eckler this week? You go to the left, you look at it, and you think, oh, Saquon Barkley looks like he's dropped in rankings since, Monday's video. Why is that the case? Well, of course, because everything changes. Rankings are always subject to change. We've heard that the organization doesn't want to play him as much. This week, they want to use him sparingly. Regardless, there's a couple of information in terms of injuries that we need to be aware of. Why did I accidentally open up Discord? Let's go ahead and close that because that's going to run everything to the gutter. Injuries. People being out. Zach Moss out. Trey Sermon out. Curtis Samuel out. Outside of that, Jamison Crowder, Keelan Cole both out. If you have Elijah Moore available on waivers, I would go and I would pick him up immediately. Outside of that, we'll talk about defenders being out in a later period of time because we got to catch up. But I do appreciate it, Michael. Thank you very much. Also, realistic ceiling for Allen Robinson as my wide receiver 4 and Mike Davis. Realistic ceiling for Allen Robinson as my wide receiver 4 and Mike Davis. Are we comparing the two? Because the realistic ceiling of Allen Robinson is like 8. Ceiling, right? Today. 8 catches, 80 yards, touchdown. That's his ceiling today, which is great. That's 20 plus points in a full PPR scoring format. He's capable of that 100%. So as of this current moment in time, we're good there. But if it's between him and Mike Davis, I'm going to roll Mike Davis out there. And then Michael wanted to, of course, say, everybody hit the like button. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate it. Okay. Luke O'Reilly sent in a donation, but there's no message attached to it. Guys, you got it. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to get the message attached to it before you send them in. Because they're just never going to be here. So I just don't know what your question was. Ankit Patel, thank you very much. Says Henderson, Harris, or Tyson Williams in a full PPR. Give me one moment, and I will check my full PPR rankings. Let's scroll here. Damian Harris, Tyson Williams. Where's Darrell Henderson? I have Darrell Henderson above both. I'm playing Darrell Henderson there. Thank you very much. Okay. Damon Smith. Or Damon Smith. You're an absolute. I don't know what to tell you, my guy. Thank you very much. I appreciate the very large donation. That was very generous of you. Thank you. Full PPR, Henderson or Swift? That is a good question. Let's go to my rankings. Scroll. We have ourselves Henderson here. I have Swift at 18 and I have Henderson at 19. I'm playing Swift there in a full PPR because I expect him to catch the ball a bunch. Mr. Panda Wanda. Interesting name. Flex, half PPR, Brandon Cook, Swift, or Claypool. Between the three of those guys, oh, man. I would want to play Swift. I want to play Swift, and that's probably what I'll end up doing. But I don't mind playing Brandon Cooks there. Not in any capacity. Not in any capacity at all. But yeah, what do I want to do there with Swift and Brandon Cooks? Okay, let me go see what my flex rankings look like in a half PPR scoring format. What do we have? Okay, Swift is there. And I'm pretty sure I have Brandon Cooks ahead of him. I do. Yeah, okay. I'm playing Brandon Cooks there. Thank you very much, Bandawenda. Skylar sends a question. Going to name my kid... No, you're not. You're not. You're not going to. No, Skylar. You will not be calling your kid Kiorkof. You absolutely will not. I will sue you for intellectual property. Do you understand? Anyway, thank you very much. Nick LeBlanc sends... LeBlanc is a very interesting name. For anybody who's played League of Legends, LeBlanc is just a name that triggers me, Okay, anyway. Flex full PPR, Rieger or Hines. I'm playing Naeem Hines. Thank you very much. Moby1, thank you very much. May the force be with you tonight. He says, are you my dad because you talk more than him? Oh, my God. Oh, geez. Okay. I talk to you more than him? Yeah, I mean, that's, listen, some of these listen, that is funny. That is. But sometimes it's not funny. Moby, that is a very generous donation. Thank you very much. Oh my God. I don't know how to react to questions like that. LeBlanc is cringe. I agree, Ban. I agree. Maybe we should start banning people because your name is kind of making sense now. It's all coming together. Raheem Mostert to the moon? Absolutely. That's a fact. Okay. So Melvin says Brandon Cooks, Jarvis Landry, or Josh Jacobs. Flex one. One. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, cool. Brandon Cooks. That's what I'm playing. Jacksonville's defense is awful. Corey Olson says DJ Moore or Johnson. I'm assuming that's Deontay Johnson. Full PPR, I'm playing DJ Moore. I really want to play Johnson. Yeah, no, the matchup doesn't favor him. If Tre'Davious White is on top, it's going to be a problem. But Corey, I would say DJ Moore is a very good play today. Russ the Must 49 says Ertz or Everett rest of season. That's a really good question. I guess today will determine where my answer goes. Prior to today, I had them relatively close, but I had Everett leading because I expected maybe Ertz to take the back seat. But maybe tonight we end up seeing Ertz, or this morning. I don't know why I'm saying tonight, but maybe we end up seeing Ertz kind of take back the reins of the tight end one spot for the Eagles. You never know. But for rest of season, as of right now, I'd say Everett. Rich Thompson says Brandon Ayuk or CEH in a full PPR. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna play CEH there. If they're in a top 15 ranking on my board over there, in a full PPR, I'm typically still gonna go with that running back as long as they catch the ball out of the backfield. So, yeah. Let's see here. Stephen Bowman with a very generous donation says, I just re-upped my Patreon membership with you. Always great content. Enjoy winning another championship. Thank you very much, Stephen. That is very generous. Thank you very much. Hashtag ad. Okay, anyway, another one of the moments of time where I need to go ahead and plug a couple things. Every name to the left of me is updated as of today, this morning. I understand Trey Sermon's still there. He's out today, but you weren't going to play him anywhere. Let's not kid ourselves. Regardless, those are updated rankings. So if you're wondering, Andrew, should I play Russell Wilson or should I play Justin Herbert today? The answer is to the left of me. That has been updated as of this morning. There is no, players from the Thursday night games, so everybody's been adjusted accordingly. Injuries taken into account. All of the above. We're good to go. Thank you very much. Someone in the chat said Tyler Boyd or Devontae Smith in the flex. If you look to the left, you will see that Tyler Boyd is significantly ahead of Devontae Smith, and Tyler Boyd, as we all know, catches the ball more because he is in the slot position. So even if you're in a full PPR, we would play Tyler Boyd. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Where are we at? Brandon Adams says Josh Jacobs, Deontay Johnson, James Conner, Miles Sanders, Robbie Anderson, Marquez Callaway. I need one starting running back and two flex in a full PPR. We got you, Brandon. We got you. All right. So the starting running back out of this group is going to be Miles Sanders. The two flex positions that I'm going to suggest is Deontay Johnson and Robbie Anderson. Thank you very much. Enjoy the victory this week. We have Team Reality Check with a half PPR question. Naeem Hines, Brandon, Nicole Hardman, or Jacoby Myers. Man, that's a really good question. I guess it's a matter of what you're looking for. Are you looking for safety or are you looking for upside? Because my concern is that McCole Hardman gets overshadowed by Demarcus Robinson. So that typically leans me in the direction of going Nyheim Hines this week. So that's my suggestion there. Now, if you're looking for ultimate upside, you can certainly try to find that. You know, it only takes one play from McCole Hardman to go for 7 yards and a touchdown, and boom, he's 13 points and you're good to go. He doesn't have to catch the ball ever again in that game. But I'm going to probably go with the safer option there and go with Nyheim Hines in a half PPR. Aaron Walsh says, full PPR, Robbie Anderson, DeAndre Swift. I'm going to play Robbie Anderson there. Thank you very much. Okay. Trying to catch up, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Chang says, Andrew. Let's see here. Love the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. People listen to this man. Okay, thank you. Let's see here. I gotta max this out so I can see what. Okay, I appreciate that, Dan. That's very nice of you. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Highlight says Mostert or Lockett in a full PPR. My God, I'm playing Mostert. It's Mostert to the moon today. You know what? A lot of people kind of look past with Mostert, that he can catch the ball. That's the thing that he does actually relatively well. So yeah, I don't mind that. Thoughts on Week 1 Waddle stream, full PPR? Matthew, I'm gonna be honest. Like that, it's tough because yes, Tua is probably going to be looking his direction a lot, but how do we know that that's even going to be a part of their offensive, approach today? My assumption is that yes, he'll catch the ball 4+ times, and if he can for 40 or more yards in a full PPR, could be a good streaming option. It's just a matter of if we can get there. 4 catches, 40 yards is, it's nothing. We could honestly see Waddle catch the ball 8 times today. No joke. We honestly could. Just a matter of whether we end up doing so. Sebastian Wolf sent in a donation. I really do appreciate it. There was no message attached. Let me see what I can do here. If I control... Let me see here. Sebastian. Because Sebastian's a very unique name. Actually, never mind. There's multiple Sebastians in this chat. Dang it, dude. I'm not going to be able to find your message because it wasn't attached to it. I tried the F3 function, the page, to see if I could F3 the chat, but it deletes after a while. So, yeah, I can't find it. Even if there was anything that you posted in the chat. Unless you want to post something right now, that'd be the only way. Thank you. Flight Zone Music says Chenault, Devontae Parker. I'm playing Chenault, 100%. Why Saquon at 31? Yeah, that's an absolutely valid question. 100%. You may be questioning, why does Andrew have Saquon Barkley that I spent such a high draft pick for him? The issue is he's been limited to practice all week. So he has had very limited reps. They've kept him on a pitch count, and that's probably what they're going to do today. They're going to keep him on a pitch count, and they're not going to play him. So when someone like Daniel in the chat asks Edmonds or Barkley, I'm going to play Edmonds there because Edmonds is going to play potentially the full game, and he's going to have the full go. While Saquon Barkley is going to probably be splitting with Devontae Booker, and he plays against Denver, and I don't think they're going to give him the full reign. Unless they really are that stupid where they're like, you know what, let's take a player that hasn't played full contact football, full speed in a very long time, and is still recovering from injury. Let's throw him full speed into, a very aggressive defense. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to be very limited with him. I think 31 is even generous, to be honest, guys, because in many cases, I might even play, Nyheim Hines over him in a full PPR setting. So just putting that in perspective, okay? Let's see here. Phil, you are an absolute, juicer. My God. Says, just wanted to give you props. I appreciate it. I've been a fan since 2019. I know you, yeah. I don't worry. I remember you from Patreon. October of 2020. And I've loved it ever since. You build a great community, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I appreciate that, Phil. Thank you very much. Very kind words. Thoughts on Eckler? Yes, James. Another valid question. Let's go ahead and just cover that. He was limited on Friday, but the only reason that I'm okay with Eckler is because he's not coming off an ACL injury. Yes, it's a hamstring injury, but let's not forget he did return from injury last year, guys. He missed 6 games, but then he returned and he was a fantastic play. It was the number 8 overall running back when he returned in a full PPR setting. So that's why I'm not as concerned with him. They wouldn't play him unless he was ready to go. So, and everything that I've kind of read, the team is very optimistic based on how he was performing at practice the other day that he will be a full participant today. Let's see here. But if we're talking about a half PPR setting, because someone just asked, Francisco, Robinson or Eckler, in a half PPR, I'm going Robinson because I know that there's no injury concern and he's got a fantastic matchup and he's just as good, so then why even, risk it, So cool. My Lesmick 13, I botched that. Okay. Oh man. It's Miles. What am I doing? This is what happens when some of you guys have the weirdest names I've ever seen. I immediately just go to the phonetic alphabet and start pronouncing words that don't even exist. I'm so embarrassed. It's disgusting. Miles MC. I had to look at it again, dude. I'm in shambles. Okay, Kareem Hunt or Corey Davis in a full PPR. I'm going Corey Davis there, Miles. I don't know what the... Oh, gosh. That is just... Oh, man. Is the air conditioning on? We gotta just... Hold up, guys. I am just in shambles. Alejandro Perez says Henderson or Elijah Moore. I go Henderson there. Elijah Moore is not a bad pickup, but I don't know if he's an immediate play this week unless you're looking for a deeper wide receiver play as your wide receiver 3. My gosh, I'm just... All right. Let's see here. Skylar sends in a question, says, yo, what's up, man? Need to. Shenault Galladay, Devontae Smith, Jacoby Myers, half PPR. I see you have Galladay ahead in your rankings. Just want to hear your thoughts. Yeah, for sure. If you need 2 of them specifically, I think Galladay is the automatic. I think the following one, whether it is Devontae Smith or Shenault, is a toss-up. I'd go with Devontae Smith because I think there's more touchdown upside there. But specifically, the reason I like Galladay so much is because we've seen him play against Kyle Fuller. That is going to be the cornerback that is going to be against him today for the Denver Broncos. He played against them when Kyle Fuller was with the Chicago Bears for the last couple of years. He has always dominated in those matchups. The issue is with Galladay, yes, he's coming off of an injury. This is that. Honestly, his biggest problem is Daniel Jones' existence, right? Because if Bradley Chubb and, of course, Von Miller want to just take over the game, they can absolutely take over and make any receiving option irrelevant on this team because the pass rush will be so significant. So there's concern there, but I think we'll be fine. I think Daniel Jones, will figure it out. I'm sure they've, figured out. There's a reason why they're not going to have Saquon on the field on third downs, guys. They're going to have a guy out there pass blocking because they need it so desperately. They're going to double team the ends. They're going to have Kyle Rudolph on one end and Devontae Booker on the other end, chip blocking and then, releasing to the flat. So ultimately, Galladay, Devontae Smith, thank you very much. Let's see here. Hugh Tredge says, PPR flex, Jerry Jeudy, Raheem Mostert. Guys, Raheem Mostert is the play 100%, even in a full PPR, not even worried about it. Where are we at here? Did I lose my spot? Yes, I did. Okay. So, Skylar, we did that. Michael. Damn, Sermon is out today. Why? WTF happened? I have no clue. Probably a healthy scratch. They thought, okay, he's dealing with an injury. This is an easy win. Why push him? Let's go ahead and let's activate another, special teams player. I don't know. That's typically what they do in the NFL. Andy Lopez says Barkley or Sutton for a flex full PPR. I also have Connor. I'm going Sutton there. Thank you very much. I mean, listen, if Barkley comes out and catches or, runs the ball 15 times for 150 yards, I didn't know that was going to happen because everything that I've read from everything that these coaches have said from all the limited practices, guys probably not. All right, you know what? That's a bannable comment. That is just it. You know what? Boom. Goodbye. See you later. Have a good one. That's all it took. Okay, Kevin, you want it too? That's fine. Listen, that's no problem with me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Greetings, salutations, sayonara. I mean, that's all it takes, guys. You catch me on the wrong comment, and I swear. Okay, really quickly, before we go anywhere else, I traded thought. If Saquon Barkley was for 150 yards and 15 touchdowns, What did he say? He said Mike muted. Anything like that to troll me, gone. I have no patience for it. Absolutely no patience. Hairline trigger for that kind of stuff, guys. So here we go. Where are we at? We have. Did we do Andy's question? Yeah, we just did the Sutton over Barkley. Yeah, I mean, if Barkley goes for 150 yards, I mean, at this point, I have no clue what the heck the NFL is. Honestly, I don't know if he can come back like that based on everything we've seen. Okay, Anto or Antosh says Elijah Moore or Javonte Williams full PPR. I think the safer play is Javonte Williams. 100%. I mean, listen, if multiple people want, okay, never mind. Okay. Antosh, yeah, I'm probably playing Javonte Williams there. Rick says, hey, Patreon supporter here. Curious, did Thursday Night Football play out like you expected for Zeke? Yeah, typically, yeah. Did you see things improving for him moving forward? Yeah, I wouldn't tilt off of what happened to Zeke. Not in any capacity at all. I think Zeke is going to be fine. He's going to recover. But let's just put it into perspective. The Dallas Cowboys threw the ball 58 times on Thursday, guys. They don't do that often. They didn't have Zach Martin. They committed to not running the ball. That's fine. It's just what it is. They're going to have to use Zeke as a pass blocker at times. That's just the scenario where we're going to have to live with. And though it definitely hurt many of us, we anticipated it, right? We knew that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers matchup was not going to be easy. And I did say, unless he falls into the end zone, we're going to be in trouble. I thought he could get a touchdown. Unfortunately, wasn't able to capture one. Hater Maker says, Allen Robinson, Chenault Callaway as my wide receiver 2 in a standard flex. Oof, man. That is a really interesting question. In a standard league, who am I going with? I mean, you go Allen Robinson, you hope for the touchdown or just the big yardage in general. You're not going to get any of the reception points that a Callaway and or a Chenault would be benefiting from. But either way, thank you very much, Hater. Tyler says, Hines, Aguilar, or Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders dealing with an injury. I'd rather go Gabriel Davis there, but out of the 3 options that you mentioned, I'd go with Hines. Thank you very much. Also, Aguilar's dealing with an injury, so it makes it very clear. You have Hines, who just signed a brand new contract. Bada boom, let's get it going. The last time a third down back signed a contract a couple days before the season started, his name was Tariq Cohen. You know what happened to him during the game? Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen to Naeem Hines. Or maybe if you're Jonathan, anyway. Pizza or wings? Why not both, Jackson? I don't understand. What is this discrimination? Why can't we just love them all? Let's see here. Chris Mendoza says Boyd, Callaway, Mike Williams, 100% Tyler Boyd, 100%. Mike, no, not Mike. Yeah, Mike Williams is a decent play for a potential upside of a touchdown, but Tyler Boyd, half PPR, full PPR, the reception total is going to be significantly more upside. Andy Chan was saying, what does LP mean? Limited practice. So specifically in the players that I've designated with it. So Austin Eckler, limited practice on Friday. Otherwise didn't practice Thursday or Wednesday. Same thing with Saquon Barkley, but he practiced the whole week limited. He was not given the full opportunity to practice. Outside of that, DK Metcalf, calf injury limited. Didn't practice Thursday or Wednesday. Who else was limited this week? Odell Beckham Jr. the whole week, similar to Saquon. Who's the last option that we didn't mention? Josh Jacobs didn't practice early in the week, was limited on Friday. Just want to give you some perspective as to maybe these guys aren't going to be given as much opportunity because they are dealing with significant injuries. Deebo Samuel or Adam Thielen at wide receiver? Shea White. Yeah, I can answer that question, but also the answer is literally to the left of me. I'm going to answer your question. Deebo Samuel or Adam Thielen? I'd go Adam Thielen there. And then you're saying McKissick or Devin Singletary. Between the two of those, I'd probably go Devin Singletary. But just giving you some perspective, I know the Devin Singletary-McKissick matchup wasn't on the screen, but the Adam Thielen one is certainly there. Andrew Walker sent in a question, but there was no... he didn't send in a question. He sent in a donation, but there's no... a question attached to it. Yeah, if you want to send one in right now or just type it in the chat, Andrew, that would be helpful so I can get to it. Let's see here. Chad says, Have McCaffrey, Eckler, Mixon at my flex. Okay. Should Eckler sit and put in Cup or Damian Harris? No. I mean, look, for Cup, it's okay, but no. McCaffrey, Eckler, Mixon, start them all. You're good to go, Chad. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. Russ the Must says Sutton, Davis, or Russell Gage, full PPR today. Corey Davis is my suggestion. Steph says Julio Jones or Tyson Williams. And that's Julio Jones all day. He's going to feast against the Cardinals defense. Julio Jones, Steph, 100%. Brian Thomas says Dolphins or Falcons defense. I would play the Dolphins defense there. I think the Falcons are far more likely to give up a lot of points this week in comparison to the Dolphins against the rookie quarterback. I give a lot of credit to, obviously, the head coach and defensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. I think they'll be able to handle Mac Jones this week. Let's hear. Hova says half PPR. Need an upside play between Kareem Hunt, James Conner, and Tevin Coleman, and Russell Gage. Okay, in a half PPR, I'm going Kareem Hunt. I think there's a potential for touchdown this week. That is my assumption. Okay, cool. What are we at? 9:21. Man, we got a lot of time left. All right, so where are we at here? We just did Hova's question, right? All right, cool. Caleb says, thanks for the help. Thank you very much. I appreciate another donation. Can you elaborate on Hines over Barkley in a full PPR? What do you mean in most cases? Okay, so let me put this in perspective. If my team has Barkley on it, okay, and I'm at this point where in a full PPR, I'm like, okay, you know what? I either play Barkley and get 3 points because he's going to touch the ball 4 times, 5 times for 7 yards because against they're playing Denver. Maybe he breaks out a run, okay, but otherwise he's going to be on a pitch count. It's either I play Barkley there or I play a guy that probably is going to be in a matchup that's a shootout and can catch the ball 4 times and be more relevant than Barkley is in his entire week this week. So, I mean, by the way I look at it, if I'm looking at a PPR back versus Saquon Barkley, I'm most likely playing them over Barkley. The only reason Barkley's at 231 is just out of respect for Barkley in case he goes for, all the yardage. But as of right now, I'm away from it. I'm not touching it this week. If Barkley wants to come out and run the ball 25 times today, that's great. The team lied to us. Everybody lied to us. And, I'm just going to have to live with it. Let's see here. Luke O'Reilly, Marvin Jones, Damian Harris, Odell Beckham, Sutton, full PPR. Between that group of players, I'd go OBJ, then Sutton, then Harris, then Marvin Jones. Thank you, Luke. Jared Sanders, Gaskin, Robbie Anderson, Deebo Samuel, Laviska Shenault as my flex full PPR. Do I want to go? Yeah, I like Robbie Anderson there. I thought about the Deebo Samuel for like a split second, but Robbie Anderson's a better play in the revenge game. Nels Santiago, thank you very much. You've been around the community for a while now. Jamal Williams or Devin Singletary, super deep league. If it's any sort of PPR, I'm most likely, if it's any sort of PPR, I find more confidence in Jamal Williams catching more passes today than Devin Singletary, respectively. Let's see here. Auntie Slayer sent in another donation, no message attached to it. Andrew sent in a question, says, need a flex, half PPR stuck between Tyson Williams, Devontae Smith, Brandon Cooks. What's the best floor and the best ceiling? The best floor is Tyson Williams. The best ceiling is Brandon Cooks. So depends on what you want to do in a half PPR there. If it's me and I'm just looking for, hey, I want safety, I want 10 points, and I need it to be guaranteed in my flex, you play Tyson Williams. I think he could very easily get himself 60 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, and his week is done there, So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, moving on. Let's see here. We have Brandon Adams, Jacobs, Henderson, Coleman, Singletary, Callaway, Hardman. Pick 1 running backs and 2 flex. Okay, the Henderson is the automatic running back. The 2 flexes are going to be Callaway. Oh man, that's tough. I'm going to go Callaway and Jacobs as the 2 flexes there. So Henderson, Callaway, Jacobs. Thank you. Moab says, you're the GOAT, full PPR, Damian Harris or David Montgomery. I'm playing Montgomery there. He's going to catch the ball significantly more times. If Damian Harris catches the ball once today, I'll be surprised. What does it say? Also, Cup or Lockett? Okay, that's a really close one. For the flex, man, I'm going to go Lockett there. DK Metcalf's dealing with a little bit of a calf injury. If he ever goes down today, Lockett's just like that much better of a play. Debo or Cup in a full PPR? Jacob, I would go Cup there. Thank you. Futuristic old school says half PPR, Tyson Williams or DeAndre Swift. I go Tyson Williams there. Half PPR, DeAndre Swift or Chase Edmonds. I would go with Swift there. As you can see to the left of me, those are my updated half PPR rankings, so I do appreciate the donation, but yeah, that's what I would go with. Thank you. Eddie Gutierrez says Barkley, Henderson, or Sanders. Opponent has Derrick Henry and Amari Cooper with a tear coming down your eye. 6-man PPR. Damn, that's rough. Yeah, Amari Cooper definitely had himself a disgusting full PPR game. What was it, like 30 plus points? I mean, what are you to do? Michael Gallup has 3 receptions on a drive, then goes down with an injury, and then it's just a funnel target game to the other options. But regardless, your question was full PPR, Sanders, Henderson. Yeah, I'm going to play Sanders there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Eddie. Brandon says difficult here. Full PPR, Tyson or Harris. RB2 thought process. Would you flex the other over Boyd? No. I'd play Boyd at the flex in a full PPR. Not even close, guys. Not even close. Between Tyson Williams and Damian Harris, I think they're pretty much the same player. They're not going to catch the ball. They're in relatively good matchups. Obviously, Tyson Williams has a better matchup, but he's not as good of a running back in comparison to Damian Harris. So, as right now in a full PPR, I typically lean in the direction of Damian Harris, but Tyson Williams has the potential, but for right now, I go Harris. Chris says Henderson or Pittman, half PPR. I go Henderson there. Thank you. AR12 says Elijah Moore, Mike Williams, OBJ. I play OBJ there. Thank you very much, AR12. Jack sends in a question, or Jackal says Wilson, Rodgers. I play Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you could play Russell Wilson and find just as much success, but I'd play Aaron Rodgers. Just consistency of just getting 3+ touchdowns is it's so ridiculous with him. And then Corey Davis or Tyson Williams. If you're in a half PPR, probably going Tyson Williams. If you're in a full, you go Corey Davis. Thank you. Ben Power says Galladay, Chark, Cooks, standard. If you're looking, that's a good question. It's between, all 3 of these guys, Ben, can honestly score this week. I think your safest potential option is probably Brandon Cooks. In a standard, it is Brandon Cooks. And then it would be secondary to Galladay, and then, what's his name, third? DJ Chark, third. Okay, I'm scrolling back up. Here we go. We have ourselves Z&B Prank Channel says Galladay or Melvin Gordon in a full PPR. That is a fantastic question. As of this current moment in time, I think Galladay has potential upside in comparison to Gordon. Javonte Williams is definitely going to be digging into his work. So I'm going to go Galladay there. Thank you. Gucci Han says, I got David Montgomery, Mike Davis, and Tyson Williams. I need 2 guys. It depends what your scoring format is. But I'm going to assume that you're playing half PPR. I go Mike Davis and Tyson Williams. Thank you. Is Eckler a go this week? Yes, Tommy. He is a go this week. You're good to play him. Gaskin or Boyd, flex full PPR. I'd play Boyd. Thank you. Michael says, I dumped the Colts for the Panthers defense to squeeze in a few more points. Smart move. I guess for this week it could be a smart move. But rest of season, I prefer the Colts defense for sure. Calio says, flex, Tyson Williams, Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers. Again, like I was mentioning earlier, I'm leaning in the direction of Harris, just slightly ahead of Tyson Williams. Dude, what the heck, man? Okay, cool. Why is it like freezing? I know you love Tyler Boyd, but aren't you worried about the slot cornerback being pretty damn good? Mackenzie Alexander is not damn good. If you looked at how he played last year, he wasn't very good at all. In fact, not even a little bit. So no, I'm not even worried about it. Not to the slightest degree. Henderson or Hunt, full PPR. I'd still probably play Henderson there. Thank you. Flight Zone music. Okay, so this is Gucci Han again. I got Eckler. I need to start 2 out of David Montgomery, Mike Davis, or Tyson Williams. What do you think? I'm playing Mike Davis and Tyson Williams. I think I answered this a little bit earlier. Maybe you sent it in again. Yeah, same question, same answer. No problem. You're good to go. Marshall says Cup, Ayuk, Chenault, Pittman, flex, full PPR. It's Cup. I'm playing Cup, then I'm playing Ayuk, then I'm playing Chenault, then I'm playing Pittman in that exact order in a full PPR. Jordan Roberts says Deontay Johnson or Mike Davis, flex, full PPR. I play Mike Davis there. Thank you. Michael says Darrell Henderson or Corey Davis, full PPR. I'd play Corey Davis there. David sends in a question, says Ronald Jones or Latavius Murray week 2 in a standard. I have no idea who the heck the Ravens are even playing in week 2. I don't know who they're playing week 2. I haven't looked that far ahead. And I don't even know who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. No, that Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they play against the Falcons. But I don't want to play Ronald Jones. But I don't even know what Latavius Murray is even going to do for this offense. Like, assuming he wins the job, but we got to get there first. But either way, thank you very much, David. Trick Superstar says Mostert or rookie Najee Harris. Dude, play them both. Like, what? Look, if you've got to pick between the two of them, I'm playing Najee Harris. Even with Sermon out, I think Najee Harris has a monster game today. Let's see here. Flex, Montgomery, Claypool, Galladay, McLaurin. McLaurin, not even close. 100%, the real mix. 100%. Damian Kelly says, is Michael Thomas worth stashing when I have A.J. Brown, Thielen, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, Stephon Diggs, and who else? Oh my God, you have a stacked... Okay, with only one flex. Is he worth stashing? Yeah. I mean, if you can throw him in your IR slot and you're not going to have to worry about the bench position that he's potentially filling into, then yeah, why not? I mean, at least you're avoiding, if in fact people come back, if you're potentially avoiding the idea that if he comes back in week 7, other people might be able to somehow, some way take him and use him against you. So you'd be avoiding that potential. All right, I got to do a couple things here. So let me go ahead and let's do something here. I need to check something out. Give me a second, guys. Where in the heck is this? If I go here and I change this to that and I save it, I think that should help. All right, cool. Let me get back to this chat real quick. Oh no, did I really lose? Damn, dude. Okay, that is really bad. Okay, that is a very unfortunate turn of events there. I changed one setting, and everything goes to the... Okay, wow, that's really bad. Okay, so we just answered David's question. We did answer... Okay, Damien... Okay, Gucci Han, we did yours as well. Yeah, so Tyson and Mike Davis again. Dave sends in a question. Swift or Robbie Anderson, full PPR. We went with Robbie Anderson there. That dude says flex full PPR. Melvin Gordon, Chase Edmonds, Chenault, Chark, Gage, or Hardman. I'd play Chenault there, thank you. Nicole says Barkley or Devontae Booker. I mean, at this point, you got to play Barkley, right? At this point, you have to play Barkley. I'm not playing Devontae Booker. If you have the choice between the two of them, I'm going to play Barkley. I'll play the stud. Chad Anderson says Barkley, Melvin Gordon, or Terrace Marshall. I play Melvin Gordon there. Rack says Trevor Lawrence lighted up against a bad Houston defense. He should. But maybe James Robinson steals all the touchdowns. You never know. Chris Carson or Mike Davis, full PPR. I'd probably go Mike Davis there. Thank you. Gabriella says one running back, flex, full PPR. Okay, cool. Barkley, CEH, Mike Davis, Ayuk, Cup. Man, you got such a good roster. Like, what are we doing? To be honest, the one running back that I'm playing out of that group is CEH. And then as for the full PPR flex position, I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp. Thank you. Tyson Williams or Darnell Mooney. I'm going to play Tyson Williams there. Thank you very much, Justin. Flex full PPR out of Brighton says Boyd, Landry, Chenault, or Davis, especially since Cole is out this week. I understand Keelan Cole and Jamison Crowder out this week, but I'm still going with Boyd. Let's see here. Alex Wolf says Henderson or Ayuk. I'm going to play Ayuk there in the half PPR. Alex Wolf, thank you. Futuristic Old School says Swift or Edmonds, half PPR, Debo or Tyson Williams, standard. I'm going to play Tyson Williams in the standard. Swift or Tyson Williams in a half PPR. I'm going to play Tyson Williams over Swift. And in Edmonds or Swift, I'm playing Swift. So Swift for the first question, Tyson, and then Tyson again. Thank you. Okay, so hopefully that covers that. Now I can come back to this. Yeah. Okay, cool. William Reed, Tyson Williams or Jerry Jeudy full PPR? Jerry Jeudy, thank you. Marshall says Barkley, Tyson Williams, Edmonds, RB2 full PPR. Let me go see. I think I have Edmonds maybe a little bit higher than Tyson Williams in a full PPR. I could be wrong, though. Nope, Edmonds right behind him. I'd play Tyson Williams there. Thank you. All right. Chief, thank you very much for the generous donation. Says, hope all is well, man. It is. Thank you very much. Keep up with the great content. I appreciate that. Thank you. Better flex option, half PPR. Henderson versus Chicago or Deontay versus the Buffalo Bills. As of this moment in time, I would say that Henderson is probably the better play. Safer one for sure. Let's see here. Lucius says Galladay or Dynami. Sorry. I play Galladay there. Thank you. Pinoy Pure says news on Sermon. I have no clue. I mean, I can look for it, but he's out. He's out this week. He is not playing. Could James Conner become a PPR threat again? Technically, Colin, yes. Mainly because the value that Chase Edmonds gets is from catching the ball out of the slot position. He caught the most passes amongst all running backs out of the slot role last season in the NFL. Obviously, then bringing in Rondale Moore does decrease that value. But, I mean, there's a potential that James Conner could be great. We just have to see it to believe it, because otherwise we don't know what James Conner is. Is he the injured running back, or is he the guy that was putting up 17 points a week in Pittsburgh when he was given 14-plus touches? That's the question. Galladay or Beasley full PPR? If you're looking for 10 free points, you play Beasley. If you're looking for upside, then you go Galladay, right? So, I mean, like, Beasley is a really safe full PPR. Like, he jumps into the top 36, even into the top, in the top 36 for sure, because you can get 5 catches for 50 yards out of Beasley every week. You can. Maybe even more sometimes. Just depends. Kicks for Mike says standard, flex, or Swift or Deontay. I'm playing Deontay there. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, really quickly. It's 9:38. Okay, there's 1,000 of you still in here. I want to thank you guys for coming already today. But I need to go ahead and, of course, preface. If you are just arriving, everything to the left side of the screen, as of the top 36 running backs, wide receivers, top 16 quarterbacks, and tight ends are up to date. So, if in fact you are looking for my updated rankings at those positions in a half PPR scoring format, it is right there. You can answer, you pretty much, boom, right there, it answers itself. If you're looking for flex questions, a lot of people have been sending in donations. You can either rewind and try to find something that's similar to your team, or you can send in a donation, check out the Patreon, get unlimited questions answered for the entirety of the season, mainly based on my rankings that I release: flex, full PPR, half PPR, etc. Okay. Ollie Gray, the fourth, says Dylan, Breida, huh? Hasty / Mitchell, pick 2. I'm going to be honest, I don't want to pick any of these guys, because I don't know if JaMychal Hasty or Elijah Mitchell is going to get that RB2 spot right behind Mostert today. I'm going to assume that it's going to be JaMychal Hasty. So as of this current moment in time, I will pick JaMychal Hasty and I will pick A.J. Dillon. Let me go ahead and potentially confirm the depth chart of that team, considering that Sermon is out. I just want to go ahead and potentially give you the best possible answer I can. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure JaMychal Hasty, I don't know, man. Elijah Mitchell sits right there. Okay, give me a second. I got to check something out. I got to actually take an even deeper dive here. If I go to the 49ers here, let me look at their roster. Let me look at their lineup. Okay, yep. Give me 21 personnel, okay, and then give me, and use check is gonna do some stupid stuff today, huh? He's gonna steal some touchdowns, maybe, you never know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna see. To be honest, I don't know if it's JaMycal Hasty or if it's Elijah Mitchell. I don't know. So I would say, I mean, just based off the fact that JaMycal Hasty played last year for them and he was actually good, I'd go Hasty and Dillon there. Anthony says Jerry Jeudy, Darrell Henderson, DJ Chark, flex full PPR. I'm fairly certain I'm going with a wide receiver there. Yeah, I'm going Jerry Jeudy. Thank you very much. Let's see here. What the heck's going on? What in the heck is going on? For those of you guys who are in Patreon, by the way, if you have a question, I'm pretty sure the rankings could answer that. I posted it earlier today at like 4 a.m. on the Patreon. So if you're looking for that, that should answer your question. I just want to flip through these just to make sure we're not... Okay, so let's see here. Not Steve Rogers. Okay, interesting name. Deebo Samuel or Darrell Henderson in standard? We're going to play Darrell Henderson there. Maurice says flex, full PPR. Michael Carter, Darnell Williams. I played Darnell there. Thank you. King Carl 2012 says full PPR, Gaskin, Gage, or Kirk. I played Gage there. Thank you. Redrawn says Standard League, Allen Robinson or T. Higgins? T. Higgins, thank you. Okay, let me go ahead. Okay, cool. Joe C sends in a question, says full PPR, Damian Harris, Jacobs, Odell Beckham, or Myers, pick 3. Okay. We're playing Harris, OBJ. Am I playing Myers over Josh Jacobs? My gosh. Am I really doing that? Oh, man. If Josh Jacobs doesn't do it, yeah, I'm going to do that. We'll play Harris, Odell Beckham, and Jacoby Myers. Wow. That's tough, man. That's what happens when Josh Jacobs is injured. Richie Incognito, their left guard starter, he's out for the game. Like, it's just going to be tough against the Ravens. It really is. Michael, thank you very much for the generous donation. Says full PPR, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex. Okay, your roster is Herbert, Mike Davis, Singletary. Sermon F'd me. Okay. We have Diggs. You have DK Metcalf. You got Woods. Got Allen Robinson in the flex. You got Robert Tonyan. Koo, and in the Panthers defense, I do have Hasty over Singletary ? Nah, I'd keep Singletary in there, mainly because you are in a full PPR and Singletary will catch the ball. That is a given. Give me your lineup opinion. I mean, at this point, there's nothing you can change unless there's somebody else on the waivers that you would go for. I think you're at the potential spot because at this point, like Hasty's he's a toss up. We don't even know if he'll even play, much less, get any snaps in the second half. You don't know. So Singletary is much more preferred. I think the rest of your rosters looks good to go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Caleb says flex 2 spots. Montgomery, Ayuk, Swift. As of this current moment in time, I'm playing Ayuk and Swift. Thank you. Let's see here. JK says start 1 running back, 1 flex. We have Gaskin, Gibson, and Ayuk. We're going to play Gibson and Ayuk. Thank you very much, JK. Is that guy's name Squilliam? No shot, right? Oh my god. Okay, Squilliam. Says 10-man PPR. This is my first year of fantasy. The only reason I said that about Squilliam is because that's a nickname that we have for one of our friends. That's very interesting. Wow. Okay. First year of fantasy, congratulations. You're being baptized into the world of pain and chaos on Sundays. That is what it is. That's truly what it is. But hey, welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay. But after you get addicted to it, you will never be allowed to leave. Myles Gaskin or Damian Harris is the question in a full PPR. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me see where I have Myles Gaskin on my list here. We have ourselves Myles Gaskin, and then we have Damian Harris. Where art thou? I'm going to go Damian Harris there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And then your second question was Marquez Callaway or Jacoby Myers. I go Marquez Callaway there. Thank you. Okay. Where are we at here? We got a lot of things there. Yep. Okay. I wanted to go ahead and check something. All right. So there is like a million questions here, right? Okay. Alejandro says, second donation. I didn't get my... Wait, what do you mean you didn't get your answer for the first one? Huh. They did not have a message attached to it because I'm almost 100% certain because of Phil, what he told me. I went back up to the top and I went through every single one. But if that's the case, regardless, my apologies. My bad. I asked Henderson or Elijah Moore. I'm pretty sure I answered that. But either way, I said Henderson. Maybe it was somebody else that asked. Regardless, not here to argue. Henderson is my suggestion there over Elijah Moore. Full PPR, you also ask Jamar Chase, Russell Gage, or Cole Beasley. I mean, that is a really good question. I think that the safety that Beasley and Gage provide in comparison to Chase this week might be the smarter way to go. So I'm going to say go Russell Gage there because I think the upside is pretty strong in a full PPR in comparison to Chase, who really needs to catch the ball a little bit more for me to get a little bit more confident in him just to be an automatic play. Shenanigans begin week one. TG, you are 100% correct there. 100% correct. All right, Daniel, thank you very much. Says Jonnu Smith or Deebo Samuel. Play Deebo. Easy peasy. Not even close. Somebody was asking, Jack was asking in the chat, did my chat freeze? Is that the case? Is that why I'm not seeing it? That is very interesting. Let me refresh this. I think we're good. My chat did freeze. Okay, now that it's not frozen. Somebody was asking, I think, like a non-PPR Robbie Anderson, Allen Robinson question. I just go with Allen Robinson there. I need advice on OBJ this week. The game starts at 4:25. If he's questionable, I have Chenault and or Pittman to fill in. I mean, look, I don't think he's going to miss. That's not the assumption that I have. I think he's actually going to play. So if you want, you can opt away from him. I mean, it is never too late. In the rankings between him and Laviska Shenault isn't that significant to where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm 100% have to start Odell Beckham because there is an inherent risk there. And if in fact you're playing in a full PPR and you're like, you know what? I can get 12 points out of Laviska Shenault here. And yeah, I might score 4 less points than an OBJ if he has a good game, but what's 4 points except for your mental that's going to be shattered if in fact OBJ doesn't go. So yeah, I don't mind the idea of just like staying safe with it. Okay. All right, where are we at here? Julio or Thielen in a full PPR? I'm playing Julio. Guys, as I've said already today, on the left side of the screen, we have, of course, my updated rankings for a half PPR. For a full PPR, it's relatively not going to change that much in the wide receiver category because, again, they're all catching the ball. Yes, some are going to catch more than others, which increases their overall value in my full PPR rankings that you can find on Patreon. But ultimately, yeah, Julio is up there for a reason. He's going to continue to stay at top of guys like Thielen. Okay, we did that. Okay, Marquise, thank you very much, says Sutton, Boyd, Hunt need 2 flexes. I'm going to play Hunt, and I'm going to play Boyd there. Thank you very much. Han Solo says Damian Harris or T. Higgins. I play T. Higgins. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Allen Robinson or Amari Cooper week 2. I don't even. I mean, look, Amari Cooper without what's it called? Michael Gallup in the lineup looks like he's about to pop off. Oh, what's up? If you just keep doing that, I mean, I'm going to have to get rid of you, man. Like, you can't be toxic in the chat. I won't stand for it. Not even a little bit. No trolling, none of this BS, dude. I don't want to see it. There's one of me and there's hundreds of you, and I can only handle it so much. Especially if you're talking to somebody else, you know? Like, if you want, you can insult me all you effing want. I could care less, right? But if you're going to start going after other people, like, I'm not having any of it. Not even a little bit. Okay, Shahir sends in a question, says PPR. Amon St. Brown, Sammy Watkins, Javonte Williams. I'm playing, I mean, week 1 Watkins is not a bad option, but I'm playing Javonte Williams there. Thank you. Let's see here. DeAndrea says, in the lurch with Dobbins being out. Yep. Need a flex. Humphreys, Deshaun Jackson, Carter, or Booker. I mean, that is tough. I play Adam Humphreys, to be honest. That's probably what I would do. Because when I look at Michael Carter, he's probably in the back of that rotation at the running back position. Devontae Booker, it could be decent, but honestly, I don't know how much success they're going to find running the ball there. Deshaun Jackson is a big upside play, but we know what Deshaun Jackson is. He's either big or, go big or go home. So I think if you're playing in a full PPR in any capacity, I think it's just go ahead and run Humphreys. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. We have 9 minutes, okay? We're going to try to roll through these really quickly. Andrew Reyes sent in a donation. I appreciate it, but there was no message attached to it. So I don't know what to do. Appreciate it. Thank you. Jaffet says, Tyler Boyd or Tyson Williams in the flex? I'd play Tyler Boyd. Keegan says, Juju, Sutton, Waddle, Elijah Moore. Full PPR? In a full PPR, I'm going Juju. Thank you. DJ says, Steelers or Miami defense? I'm starting Harris. I mean, I was still already thinking, damn. I'm playing Miami there, to be honest. DJ, I'm going to suggest you go get the Green Bay defense. And that's probably going to be the thing that I'm going to suggest everybody go and do. If you're struggling with a defensive matchup this week, go pick up Green Bay. Play them against Jameis Winston. He'll throw the ball to the other team eventually. And then next week, you get to play against the Detroit Lions. So you get back-to-back decent matchups at the very least. Jamal Williams is going to be the starter over DeAndre Swift, they just said. Interesting. Are you serious? You're kidding me, right? I know you're not the one to joke, Martin, but really? That's what they announced? Okay, Tracer. Yep. Where are we at here? I need to actually. Where's the where's the source? I want to see that because that is crazy. Okay, Jazzy J says Swift, Davis, Callaway, pick 2. Because if Jamal Williams is starting over Swift, I mean, everything today changes. It literally everything changes. Looks like Jamal Williams is starting. Ouch for Swift. Just came across sleeper. Are you serious? Where's my sleeper update, dude? I'm not getting the juice. What is this? Dude, are you serious? DeAndre Swift is not getting the start today? Okay. I don't see it yet. Maybe I got to look it up individually. But Jazzy, to be honest, now that I'm hearing this kind of stuff, you're definitely playing Davis, and you might have to play Callaway now, to be honest, instead of Swift. Jazzy, good timing, huh? Williams over Swift? I mean, yeah, if you have the switch, I mean, you might as well. This was announced 10 minutes ago. This is actually something, huh? Damn. Holy moly. This is just shambles. Andrew Reyes sent in another donation, but where's the question attached to it? Am I crazy? There it is. Why isn't my messages being attached? Damn it. Okay, just type in your message and I'll see it in the chat, just like I saw this last one, Andrew. Really? Wow, NFL Network and Sleeper. All right. Well, that's just crazy. But It is what it is. All right, John, really quickly, because we got 6 minutes left, everybody. Non-PPR, Higgins or Deontay Johnson? Wait, T. Higgins? Yeah, I'm playing T. Higgins. Yeah. I think he has way bigger touchdown upside. Jags defense, Green Bay, Minnesota, or New York Giants? I played Green Bay, and then you get to play against them. You get to use them against the Lions next week, which is fantastic. What does this say? What the heck? Okay. All right, cool. Let's do that real quick, and then do this. What the heck is this? All right, cool. We're in a good spot. That's fake news? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I'm hearing some stuff. I'm not seeing reports. I trust Martin's opinion because he's been in the community for the last 4 years, so we'll see. No, I'm seeing it. Brad Evans reporting Jamal Williams will start and carry the load. Downgrade Swift. Brad Evans is an actual... I mean, like, if we're going to talk about... I'll take his word for it. So, yeah, Swift, downgrade, hard. I mean, like, if Jamal Williams is going to be the guy, then put Jamal Williams where Swift is in my rankings right now. Like, literally just swap them. Because we've seen Jamal Williams last year for Green Bay be a easy 17-point fantasy performer on a weekly basis. So, but that's again with Green Bay. Regardless, the PPR work is all we want. That's all we want. Damn, that's a pretty big difference maker, huh? A couple more questions came in. Joey, thank you very much. Says flex Mostert, Ayuk, Keenan Allen. Wow. Out of the two, I'm gonna play Mostert and I'm gonna play Keenan Allen. Thank you very much, Joey. I appreciate it. Trey says I have barely. You meant to say Barkley. It's fine. I have Barkley as my RB1 and Mostert as my flex. Should I swap them and bench Barkley and then play Shenault or Shepard? My suggestion would be to do so. You play Mostert and then you go ahead and you play Shenault in the flex. That's what I would suggest to you because I am concerned about Barkley and his potential workload. I mean, if we have DeAndre Swift going to being a backup all of a sudden, you really think that they're going to give, of all people, Saquon Barkley the full workload? I don't know. Start Williams. Chris, it's not an automatic start. It's more of a, hey, wherever Swift is in my rankings to the left side of the screen, where do I have Swift? 21? 22? Let me check here. I have DeAndre Swift at 22. I'd put Jamal Williams there immediately because I think, yes, Jamal Williams is less talented, but the opportunity is the same, and we're just looking for PPR work. That's it. Mooney or Bryan Edwards in a non-PPR? Yoko, that's a good question. I'd go risking it for the biscuit. Maybe just go Bryan Edwards there, to be honest. Steven, thank you very much, says Jacobs or DK Chark? You mean DJ Chark? Oh, okay. Between the two of them, I think I'd play Chark. Do I want to play Chark over? Yeah, I mean, look, Jacobs scares me. I'm going to be honest. Jacobs scares me. But look, conventional wisdom would say, hey, play the stud running back, right? So let's just go with the conventional wisdom and let's just play Jacobs and just let's roll with it there. All right, so hold up. Andrew Reyes has sent in a bunch of things, but it never got picked up. So I'm going to see if I can find T. Higgins. Wait, no. That's not the question. Andrew Reyes, I'm coming. Do I really start Javonte Williams over Saquon? I also have Tevin Coleman. Yes, that's what I would do. But hey, listen, you don't have to. You, at the end of the day, you are the manager of your team. If you would like to start Saquon because that is the investment you're making and you want to roll with it, absolutely go for it. No problem. I have no problem with that in any capacity. I just personally am scared of playing Saquon. That's just my opinion. All right. We have 2 minutes. Your rankings say to start Henderson over Barkley, but makes me feel better about it. How do I make you feel better about it other than let's just see what happens? Let's see what happens. I mean, we obviously are going to see the Rams run through the Bears. That's just going to happen, right? Barkley against the Denver Broncos isn't the greatest matchup in the world. That's for sure. So it's not like it's an easy matchup to be like, hey, Barkley's playing against the Houston Texans. Let's get him out there, right? It's not that. If it was, then yeah, let's play Barkley. But he plays against Denver. This is his first week back from a devastating knee injury. Again, it hasn't even been 12 months yet from that ACL. Let's take it easy with Barkley because I think that's what the organization is looking to do. All the reports are saying they're going to sparingly use him. And if I've ever seen sparingly used, that sounds like 10 touches max. And that, in my opinion, not interested in. My messages are being attached. Auntie Slayer, to be honest, you've sent in 2 today and nothing attached. But either way, you sent in, you have questions, so I'll just answer. It doesn't matter because you sent in things. Jacoby Myers, Waddle, or Mooney. Between the 3 of those guys, I'm going to play Waddle, to be honest. Thank you, Auntie Slayer. Let's see here. Do you think Tyrann Mathieu out? Jarvis? Tyrann Mathieu's not out. He's playing. It doesn't matter with Jarvis, though, because he's not going to cover the slot. He plays free safety. I know he can come down and make plays in the box, but I don't think he's going to cover Jarvis. Okay. Good luck, everyone. Yes, for sure. Good luck, everyone. Zane coming in. A.J. Brown, number 1. Adam Thielen, number 2. Or Julio. I would play Julio as your number 2 wide receiver. I'd play AJ and Julio and get all the shares of that Titans offense this week. That's what I would do. Should I start Saquon or Montgomery? I'd play Montgomery like it says to the left of me. Thank you very much, E. Have a good one. All right, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming out. It is 10:01. Kickoff is just about to begin. Your lineups are probably already locked because, again, kickoff has just begun. Thank you, everybody. Good luck this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for a waiver wire episode, making sure everybody's on the same page. Thank you once again. Hopefully, we can all have successful weeks here, capture, win. But, hey, tomorrow's going to be Overreaction Monday. There's going to be a lot of players that don't perform up to par, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to panic. But I need you to stay calm, and I need you to not tilt, because tilt will only derive in more pain in the future because it's going to make you do decisions that you typically wouldn't do in a sane mind. But regardless, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all coming out. For those of you guys who donated today, that is incredibly generous. For those of you who recently joined the Patreon, thank you again. I have to go watch some football because I got a lot of homework to do today. Until then, tomorrow, Waiver Wire Monday, I'll see you guys. Peace.